Testing.
Testing.
All right, that looked really good. All right, hi guys.
Hi.
Do you want to just introduce yourselves? Kind of get this started?
I'm Jennifer Shook.
I'm Justin Shoop.
Great, why are we here today?
We're here to talk about this amazing pool that we have.
Awesome. All right, so who's the pool built by? You want to lay it out for us?
So the pool was built by Al and his team at Legendary Escapes, and we found them online. So we started researching. I actually did. I was the one who wanted the pool. We started researching, looking around for companies, and immediately I found a website that resonated with me, which was the website that Al created to talk about how he figures out who he should work with, why he wants to work with them, and what it is that makes a great business relationship. And when I found that, I thought for sure that that was the person that I wanted to work with.
I love that. What kinds of things were you searching that you ended up finding him?
Well, I found him on the sites that recommended him as having the best pools in the area, honestly. But more than that, it was just the relationship reviews. So similar to what we're doing right now, which is why it's important, I think, to get that message out there, because it's the connection with the customer that really resonated with me, and I think with others who would want to do a pool with him as well.
I would agree that the willingness to sit down and talk about what the customer wants, how it fits into the backyard, how it fits into the family lifestyle, to provide the best product that goes with the family in the area. It was once you introduced me to the website and to Al's process, it was an immediate, hey, this is a really neat idea. We should go forward and try to contact.
No, when he showed up, what kinds of things were you wanting? Did you know what you wanted? Did he give you an idea?
I would say we thought we knew what we wanted in the process, right? We had it laid out, but we had never done a pool before. We didn't really have any concept of what might fit best in our backyard. We just knew we didn't want a square, rectangular, boring pool.
That's exactly right, yeah.
So when we described what we were looking for, he was able to take that and turn it into something that really fit the space and fit ultimately the environment, so that it doesn't look like a pool that's out of place.
Correct. And when I had called Sandy, I believe, and she immediately sent out the book to us that kind of described, these are options of a pool, these are why people get pools, this is some of the things you can do, what works in this environment, what works in that environment. It was very helpful to help us prep for our initial meeting with Al about what works for us and what he can provide for us. So.
Yay, I like that. All right, so now I'm going to ask another question that was on the list that you prepared for, unlike the last three. What was the process like?
So the process for us, I think it was very interesting, and it fits well with our personality from the standpoint that Al came out, he interviewed, we talked about what we wanted, and then it was, I'll go back and do a design and I'll present something to you. And we didn't sit down and go over every detail and every square foot of what we wanted to do. It was more of an artistic approach that was very interesting to us and really helped, I think, bring the space alive versus, like you said, a square pool that just kind of fit.
Right.
Did you get a lot of choices?
You know what? No, but I think that's okay, right? I think his expertise was what we needed,
Yep.
right? Because we could have looked around for a long time, tried to understand what we thought would work best, when ultimately he said, I remember picking out tile. There were 4 stacks of tile sitting there, and he was outside, and I said, oh, I see the tiles here, and he said, which one do you like? And I said, I don't know these 2, but maybe this one's the one I like best. He said, good, because that's the one I was going to go with. So.
I think other than that, the only other choices we got were more choices about features to have, I guess, right? Not aesthetics and not how it should fit. It was, do you want this feature? Do you want in-floor? Do you want a hot tub or a spa? And those were the kind of choices that we initially talked about up front, and beyond that, it was design what works best. So.
Yeah.
What kind of features did you pick? What ones did you leave out?
We said, I don't need a waterfall, and yet there it is. So, which is a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
But it wasn't something that we were like, oh, we want that. He just felt like it would fit well and was able to work it into the plan, which was nice. It wasn't like hey, I'm going to do this, but it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
It was an add-on that was, hey, this fits within what we've already talked about, and I want to give you this feature, which we've really enjoyed.
Yep.
So it was things like that, I think.
Some of the other features that we asked for up front, we definitely wanted the automation, we wanted the efficiency of a variable speed pump, and we wanted the in-floor cleaning system. We definitely wanted a spa. I wouldn't say definitely. We kind of waffled back and forth
Right.
about, do we want a spa? Do we need a spa? Obviously, we
Here we
have
are
a
with a
beautiful
spa.
spa, so that's what we went with. But that kind of lends itself to why the book was important for us, because it helped us understand the benefits of in-floor and the benefits of the more efficient system and the automation. So we were able to make those decisions earlier in the process than having to have Al walk us through everything again.
Was there a level of trust needed
Oh,
in
certainly.
this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from the beginning, I was very open to the whole concept of here, go do. Justin is much more of a planner than I am, and I won't call him a control freak per se, but he's used to managing projects and every detail of those projects. So it was a little harder, I think, for you to let go.
It was.
But as we watched the process, watched things develop, and got to meet the team, I mean, that was key, right? Then we began to have a relationship, and that was different. And then we knew everything was going to be okay.
Very, very true. Yeah, I mean, being able to step back and just know that Al and team have it under control. They know what they're doing. They've done it many, many times, and I don't need to be involved in every little, what are you doing over there? Why is that over there like that? I'm just gonna step back and let it go. So
Right.
it was an interesting challenge for me to be able to do that. So
Were you able to do it though?
I was. Only a few questions here and there, but very little compared to other projects.
Yeah.
So
Was there anything special about the team?
Special. I would say so. I think the family dynamic was special, right? You don't normally get that on a project. And they all worked well together, but they were so friendly.
Yes.
I mean, it was very embracing. Every time they saw Morgan, they wanted to talk to him and hang out with him. They knew that the pool was special to him, which was great. They really kind of included him in the surprises in the process, which was wonderful. And I mean, I think that was different. Also, the fact that there were so many women on the project was key.
Yep. It's unique to see. That's not something that you would expect with outside projects, even like landscaping and
Right.
pool constructions. You don't expect to see a bunch of women show up and do the hard labor and move rocks and wheelbarrows of dirt around and manually dig plants out. It was good to see.
But they did it every
Yeah,
day. They
every
were
day.
out here dirty and
Yep.
toughing it out.
They started the process in the snow. It was still snowing. It was 30-some degrees out here.
Yeah.
They started spray painting and marking things off and started digging and removing plants. So it was impressive.
It was snowing.
It started, it was
Oh,
end of March. It was started
jeez.
and it was snowing. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Michigan.
Yes.
All right. What was your favorite part in the process of building the pool?
Ooh.
For me, it was seeing. So we kind of had a backyard prior to the process. Seeing that be, I'll say, removed or demolished, seeing the markings go up and kind of walking around, seeing the pool as it would take shape, and then actually seeing the construction. And for us, I think having Morgan come out, playing in the pit of dirt, right, and climbing the dirt hills, and he loved it. It was such a fun time for him. So it was really neat to see the process that Al takes when he has it in his mind what he wants it to be, and you'll see him do something, and then he'll kind of think about it and stand back, and then maybe he'll tweak it and he'll make changes. It really helps us understand that he's got a vision and he's doing everything he can to make that vision come true for you. Makes you feel like you're not just a client, right? That he actually is working hard to make you something that you want. So
I think my favorite part in the process was towards the end. We initially thought, we were thinking we could manage the landscaping portion of this ourselves. And I thought, I can buy plants, I can plant them, we'll figure it out later. And then we met Jody, and that all changed. And I knew immediately that she would be able to guide the process. She knew exactly what she was doing. I had no experience landscaping around a pool, right? I wasn't going to know what to do, but she did. And she fit in perfectly with that team. And it was so comfortable working with her, and she picked up on the little nuances and the details, and she really listened to us, and she's been great. So for me, not only having the pool, but having the environment around the pool come together like that was my favorite part.
I will throw in one other favorite part for us, and it was the little surprises and the touch of details that that the crew put in. As far as the cement work and the hand carvings for Morgan and the family, and the things like engraving some of the cement work for Jennifer and I. And it's just the personal touches that we didn't ask for, we didn't expect to be done, but the crew listened well enough and they interacted with us well enough to understand what we liked and what would fit in very well with our family. It's something special.
Yeah, it's unique to you. No one
It
else
is.
is going to have I think, what is that, like a Hot Wheels track?
There's
Yeah.
a Hot Wheels track, there's an owl over there, and
Yeah.
a bench that has Morgan's name on it for the fire pit. It's
Yeah.
fabulous.
How about the pool done? Like, what is your favorite part in using the pool? And is it what you thought it would be?
I don't know.
For me, it's probably more than I thought it would be. As far as being able to come out after work or on the weekend at any time, and just being able to get in the pool, having the pool here is it's great. I mean, it's beautiful. We've taken many pictures out here, right, to show our friends and everything of how gorgeous it is and how well it fits into our space. It's amazing.
And the feature of the pool, it's probably the rocks by the waterfall. Because now that is the favorite place for everyone to do their cannonballs, which we did not initially think about. So,
Yeah, that's what happens with kids. Yes, that's true. Yep.
Oh, that is, yes. The pool I did yesterday, they're not allowed to stand on the tallest rock.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit taller. And then I was doing the interview, and the mother was like, you know what? It might look cool if they jump off the background. Oh, those kids were like, what? Oh, we're jumping in. Oh, you weren't ready yet?
So we'll do it again,
Do it
yeah.
again.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
it was
Yeah.
funny.
Yep.
I think for me, I would love
the
sun
shelf.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is
to
nice.
sit by the pool.
Yeah.
Yep. One of the benefits, and we had actually gotten the sun shelf thinking that we would put loungers in it and we would hang out. And actually what we've been using it more is for younger children. It's a very shallow area. They can
Yeah.
play in it safely. There's no risk of them sliding off into the deeper area, and parents enjoy having their kids being able to be in the water safely and not worry about it. So it's an unexpected surprise.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yay. I love the theme of surprises.
Yeah.
I love surprises. Okay. Is there anything you would change? Or anything you wish you had done? Or added? Or...
I don't think there's anything about the pool that I would change. I wish I had a bigger house so I could have had a bigger pool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, we were limited in our backyard space, and we used it all.
Yep.
Right? Like every square inch of it is usable, which is amazing. But yeah,
If we could get a bigger pool, the only other thing I would probably add is some stools and a swim up bar or something
Right.
like that would be
Yeah.
about it. But unfortunately, our backyard did not have enough space for those features. So. But it's great the way it is. So.
All right. Do you have anything to add? I'm all out of questions.
I don't
I'm
think
okay.
I just would highly recommend
Yep.
Legendary Escapes and Al and his team for any of this. I think it's worth it to work with them and talk to them, and most people I think would be extremely happy with the outcome and the process.
Yep. It was a great process from the very beginning to the end. All the surprises, all of the family atmosphere, the crew that comes out and works. Every day was great. It was always something new, always something interesting, and we love it as a family. Our son loves it. It was one of the best decisions we've made in this house.